Sahabat setia Karmelit Tube, selamat berjumpa kembali dalam program Karmelite Talk. Dalam waktu yang cukup lama, kami tidak hadir menjumpai Anda. Dan dalam episode yang istimewa ini, kami menghadirkan tamu spesial. Beliau sudah menjadi imam bahkan sebelum saya lahir. Dan pada saat ini berkesempatan untuk hadir bersama kita. Inilah Father Aloysius Deeney OCD. Hello, Father.
Hello,
Nice to see you.
nice to be seen.
Oh, nice to be
also
seen.
To see you. At my age, it's always nice to be seen.
Oh, nice to be seen.
Yeah.
Is that have another meaning, or?
That means like if I could not be seen, I could be dead. You know?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Nice to see you. By the way, just relax. Not a really serious question, but to ask you based on your experience, how you have lived this religious life, very long journey. I think more than 40, right?
40
years,
yeah.
right? Okay. But first, Father, the audience need to know a little bit about you. So, how do you make yourself be known by the people?
Well,
who you are, where you from, and so.
Okay, let me introduce myself a little bit. I'm from the United States.
Okay.
My family's of Irish background.
Yeah.
I'm from the United States. I became a priest before I became a Carmelite, which is a little bit of a different thing. I was a priest in the Archdiocese of Philadelphia for 8 years when I joined Carmel. And, then I joined Carmel in the Washington province, then transferred to the Oklahoma province.
Yeah.
And then I was brought to Rome by Father Camillo, and I was 15 years in Rome.
Yeah.
In charge of the OCDs throughout the world. And then after 15 years, I went to Father General and told Father General that I thought I was long enough there. That was enough time, 15 years.
Yeah, 15 years is
time for somebody else with new ideas, better ideas to come in. And he said I could go, but on one condition, that I agreed to go to Indonesia.
Yeah.
Because at that time, the commissar at the time had written to Father General to ask if there was an old priest from the West who could come to help to identify the Carmelite lifestyle, the Carmelite identity. And so it was funny because I asked to go to the missions in 1976, and I asked to go to the missions in 1996, and both times I was told no.
Yes.
And then finally, when I was 64 years old and an old man, I could go. So I came here.
Yeah.
That was 9 years ago.
Yeah. Wait. You thought that you spent about 15 years, right? In general, in charge for OCDs.
Yeah.
Who are spread out throughout the world.
Yeah.
It means that OCD. Yeah, you are familiar with another province of OCD,
in the 15 years that I was in Rome, because the OCDs is throughout the world.
Yes, of course.
I visited 42 countries.
42 countries.
So I saw the order in many different contexts and many different expressions.
Yes, of course.
But one thing, they all express the same thing, but differently.
Differently.
And it's the same thing that we want to talk about. What is that same thing?
Yes. So my question is, why Indonesia? If you are familiar with...
Soto ayam. No.
Soto ayam. No, that's not the only reason.
I visited Southeast Asia many times during the time I was in the secular order. Yeah. In charge of the secular order. I came to Indonesia because Father General asked me to come to Indonesia.
Asked you to come to Indonesia.
And I agreed. And I agreed wholeheartedly. I was happy to go. I always wanted to go to mission somewhere. And for me, this is because I don't define mission as something we're needy. We go place somebody. But I define mission as I give up my family, and I give up my culture, and I give up my language, and I give up my food, and I give up my circumstances, and go and live in the circumstances of other people, other people's languages, culture, food, expression.
Yeah.
And I wish I'd come here 40 years ago, but anyway.
Yeah.
I came here 9 years ago. If
But
I came 40 years ago, I would know the language.
Yeah. But now you spent almost 9 years, right?
9 years.
In Indonesia. So congratulations, 9 years.
Yeah.
9 years. I'm going to bring you to more deep conversation about the theme that I think that the people should know how we identify ourselves with the people. Or in another question, how do we make difference between us as Carmelite and the diocesan or another congregation?
Okay.
Yeah.
One of the things, perhaps the most essential thing, is to identify ourselves with the woman who started the discount Carmelite experience, with Saint Teresa of Jesus, Saint Teresa of Avila. We were, until most recently, the only order of men in the church ever founded by a woman. And her presence, in the order, it's like she's still, like she's alive with us. She still is alive with us. Identifying with her, meaning understanding her writings, understanding her teachings, understanding her life, and then living what we understand, makes us different than other communities. I have had countless women religious tell me how comfortable they are with discalced Carmelites, because there's a bit of the feminine present in the expression of discalced Carmelite life.
What do you want to say?
We deal with the interior life.
Interior life.
Not with the exterior life. Not with the building of the house, but the making of the home. Not just the external things. And because our apostolate, Saint Teresa and Saint John of the Cross, her companion, and they write about the most interior. And we have a ministry that we go to the interior. We go to the inner heart of the person to help them to realize their relationship with God.
So if I would like to underline that, the spirituality of Saint Teresa of Jesus and Saint John of the Cross, those things both make us different and special.
That's what it makes us. It makes us different. Now we want to be careful about special. I want to be careful about that word special. Different is what we are.
Different.
But because special can sometimes mean we're better.
Better than others.
Well, we're not. We might be better, but we're not better than others. We're not better than Franciscans. We're not better than Projo. We're not better than SPD. We are different.
But of course, sometimes we have to think that we are better. But
it's better for me.
Better for me, not
but
for
but I am not better than. It's better for me to be discalced Carmelite. It's better for me to live in community like the way we live in community. And you can look at every other community. You've studied with other people from other communities. Nobody lives as intense community life as we do. We pray together every day. We have recreation together every day. We eat together every day. And we have a sense of obligation to be part of a community. Even if, no matter how active we get in ministry, there's a sense that grows in us that I am part of a community.
So you always underline and stress that we have 3 tables in Carmel. So I think it's also makes us different. Different than others.
The way we live, the way we sit down at those 3 tables is very different.
Would you please just to make a little bit explanation about those 3 tables?
Well, the first table is 3 tables.
3 tables.
The first table is the altar.
The altar.
The altar. We gather around. The rule of Saint Albert is the only one of the rules of the religious life that required attendance at Mass every day together.
Together, of course.
That was part of our. It's part of our identity.
Community Mass, part
community
of our,
Mass.
Yes.
So community prayer.
Community prayer.
The liturgy of the hours.
Yes.
We take and we pray together when we make meditation.
Meditation.
We are together, and that's very important.
Yeah.
That's
Even
the first
fell asleep together while meditating.
Well, fall asleep, but the Lord gives to His beloved while they slumber.
Sure. Yeah.
While they sleep.
And the second one?
The second table, to me, the second table is the table of the refectory, the dining room table.
Dining room
that
table.
We eat together, we recreate together.
Yeah.
Recreation is very Teresian.
Yeah.
Recreation, and it's a very, it's one of the feminine aspects of our religious life, because we have to spend time with each other, not doing something. That's
not doing something.
Very
spending time and doing something with
not doing something, not working.
Yeah.
But relaxing.
Relaxing.
Okay. And then the eating together, the meals together, recreation together, conversation together. And then the third table is the meeting table, meeting in order to put into practice, what our apostolates demand of us, so that we do them well. We do it together.
Do it together. Decide together, make a plan
pray
together.
We learn to eat together, and we learn to work together.
To walk together. So those three tables make us different.
The way we sit at the table makes us different.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Opa. It's nice to be heard. But now you are almost 74. Now you are 73.
I'll be 73 in a few weeks.
73 years old. You were ordained priest where you was 25 years old. Oh my God.
I can't imagine.
If I should be you,
I look at myself now and I say 25, those poor people had to put up with me.
Wow, yeah, okay. And more than 40 years being in Carmel.
Yeah.
So two things I want to ask. First, do you regret being part of Carmel?
Oh, no.
No.
It gave me it gave me who I am. It was just my vocation.
Yeah.
And because it's my vocation, it gave me who I am. Who I've become is because I became a Carmelite.
Based on your experience, what is vocation?
It's the technical answer. The first thing is that each tarikat, each congregation, religious, has its own vocation. Carmel has a vocation.
Yes.
What we discern when we are discerning vocation is my call to be in this vocation of this order. What is the vocation of the order? I was a proto, I was the assistant priest.
Yeah.
That was not my
vocation.
For how many
years?
8 years.
8 years in
That was not my vocation.
Yeah.
I wanted to be a Carmelite to begin with, but that's another story.
Yeah.
And when I became a proto, then I became a Carmelite. And my priesthood made sense after I became a Carmelite because it was complete. Before that, I worked very hard, but it didn't make any sense.
Okay.
Personally. Anyway.
Yeah.
But I thank God for having made me a Carmelite.
Thank God to be senior here.
I thank God also that I'm in Indonesia, even though they drive me crazy sometimes.
Okay. And the second one, Opa. Based on your long journey in Carmel, what kind of treasure do you want to share with the people?
What kind of what?
Treasure.
Treasure.
Yeah. Or heritage. Okay, please.
What I would like to share with people is by reading and following and living the teaching of Saint Teresa and Saint John of the Cross, we find something inside ourselves that we couldn't find without, that I couldn't have found without that. That the interior conviction that I have found in my vocation of how good God is what I would like to share.
Yeah.
What I want people to realize.
To realize
That God is there. And He's wonderful.
Yeah.
You know, and He's forgiving.
He's forgiving.
And He's healing.
Healing.
I had an uncle, a grand uncle, my father's uncle.
Okay.
Was a priest, and he was ordained in 1920.
Oh.
He died in I was ordained in 1974. He died in 1979.
Okay.
So he was very old. Oh, he was almost my age. I am now.
Yeah.
But he told me we were in the car one day, and he said, you know, when you're done your ministry, when you're done doing something, and you're finished, and you go away. You want people to say, isn't he good?
Isn't he good?
But not about you.
But it's about
God. You want people to say, isn't God good?
Yeah.
Not isn't Aloysius good or holy or anything.
Yeah.
You don't want people to attract. You don't want to attract people to yourself. You want to attract people to God. You know. And that was well, I had a couple of teachings from my granduncle that helped me to understand what do I want people to have after they're done talking to me.
Yeah. Oh, wonderful, Opa. So I have to underline that you want people to make sure to themselves, of course, that God is in us.
Present.
If God present on your experience, of course, it can be happen also with another people.
You can help. Because, well, in order to understand that God is present, I have to go through everything that St. Teresa talks about: self-knowledge, acceptance, not pretending, not anything, not that. This is me. This is me. Before God, I have to say, this is me.
Okay.
Then God is able to do so much.
Okay. At your age, do you feel that you have enough knowledge for yourself?
Oh no! Oh my goodness!
So what do you want to say?
I have no problem saying this.
Okay.
When I go to confession, the first thing I confess is I've been praying for 55 years and I still don't know if I know God. But
no need to mention here about your confession.
No, that's
it's
okay.
Very secret. Okay.
It's besides, like every relationship, good relationship, you never arrive at the perfection of it.
Okay.
It's always been becoming better.
Yeah. You always taught me that we cannot be perfect, but we can be better.
We can be perfected.
Yeah, be perfected. Okay.
But not perfect,
Okay. It's too deep conversation. I think I have to catch you up. And I want to ask you, you have Irish blood, of course.
Yeah.
Your parents is immigrant to USA, and you are the member of Oklahoma province from USA also. But now you are the part of St. Joseph Commissariat of Indonesia. So I want to ask you, will you return to USA?
No. I have no intention of going back to the United States, even for a visit, because physically I'm not too able to travel. So.
Okay. So it's a little bit naughty question. Where is your dream last home? You know where is last home? Say Bogenya.
Bogenya. I want to die in Bogenya.
Who you are who can make sure that you have to?
I want to.
You want to. Okay.
God can do what He wants.
Yeah.
And He doesn't need my permission either.
Okay.
But I have given Him permission to take me whenever He wants.
Whenever He wants?
Yeah.
Okay. The next question is, I'm one of the young Carmelite of Indonesian Carmelite. Please, if you have something to share with us, with me, as young Carmelite, what you want to say to us, Indonesian Carmelite?
Get to know, as best you can, Teresa of Jesus. Not just study her works, not just what she says, don't memorize her works or anything like that, but get to know this person who is our identity. She gives us our identity. we're called to her family. We're called to her order.
Okay.
God saw fit to give her the charism that we say is our charism.
Yeah.
He gave it to her. Because I would like to see OCD
Yeah.
in Indonesia to be proud. Bangga, not sombong.
Yeah, bangga.
Bangga.
Yeah.
Proud of their identity
Okay.
with Teresa of Jesus.
Teresa of Jesus.
Because it'll help it'll help in every way to living life.
Yeah.
Apostolate, community, prayer, everything will be helped if we are convinced that that woman has something to teach us and guide us.
Okay. You talk about your hope for us, for me, of course, especially as young Carmelite, specifically in what things that maybe you find out that any other thing that we should have to evaluate it. In what case?
Oh, well.
Okay.
Well, I guess this might be one thing.
Okay.
I really do think that would help the OCD in Indonesia if we were a little more conscious of silence.
Okay.
But there's so much conversation. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
There's breakfast goes for an hour if there's no class. And after that, then people go in the rooms and come back out of the rooms, and there's more talking, and then there's tiffin, and there's talking, and then there's.
But it's only happened when you visit us here.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
It happened. I live in Moldavia, and the novices are way down at the other side. I can hear them having their conversations at 11 o'clock and at 9 o'clock.
Okay.
So I think silence could be a little more. That's one point that I would examine on.
Okay.
But for the most part, with regards to the students, I have, although sometimes I might be impatient, but I have nothing but respect. I really love the brothers.
Okay. Yeah. It's nothing more to be taught. Heart can feel it.
Yeah.
That you love very much the brothers, of course. Okay. So another thing is that what appreciation that you want to say about you have found in OCD Indonesia?
Simplicity.
Okay.
As a quality.
Yeah.
And I would warn, there's a tendency sometimes once you become a priest to become orang istimewa.
Yeah, istimewa.
And your mother thinks you're wonderful, and you know, people, your family, and they start giving you things, and it can go to your head.
Okay.
And I tell them, remember this. People give you things so that you can be generous.
Okay.
Not so that you can have.
Not can have.
But I think the simplicity. I think there's a bit of a sense of people being down to earth.
Down to earth. Humility.
Humility.
Okay, Opa. Thanks for a very hearty conversation. I have some question that you have to answer in very quick answer and only. I will give you only 2 choices and you choose only one. And without why. Only if I ask why. Okay. First, say babi or soto?
Say babi.
Oh my goodness. Spaghetti or soup kacang merah?
Soup. No, I'm sorry, spaghetti.
Spaghetti, okay.
I was 15 years in Italy.
Yeah, of course. Spaghetti is your second blood. Indonesia or USA?
Indonesia.
Indonesia. Not because of you are in Indonesia, no?
No.
Okay.
Father Camilo Maxisi, when he brought me to Rome to be in charge of the secular order throughout the world, the first thing he told me that was the reason why, well, the first thing he told me the reason why I was picking is because my stomach was made of iron and I could eat anything.
I could.
And the second thing was, he said, "You're not too American."
Not too American?
Meaning I could fit in different
Okay. It's a good recommendation. Okay. So, I think the next question is very easy to you too, but I have to ask you. Watching television or playing card?
Oh, playing cards.
Playing card. Why?
Watching television. Well, except for sports.
Yeah.
Especially Real Madrid. Especially for sports or for news. Television is, my father called television the idiot box.
Okay.
That makes you stupid.
Makes you stupid?
Yeah.
Okay, right. Another question is, I think it's more deep than before. Be friend or to be brother?
Depends. To be a friend of God's, a friend of Jesus, is more important than being brother.
Being brothers.
But being brother to brothers is more important than being friends. If I'm a friend only to my, if I'm a brother only to my friends, oh, it's very divisive in community. But you're my brother, you're my brother, you're my brother.
You're my elder brother. Okay. For the rest of your life, you will stay in Indonesia or USA?
No, Indonesia.
Indonesia. Okay.
I'm a member of the Commissariat.
Sorry, without why? No, actually. Okay. Am I your brother or your friend?
You're my brother.
Brother. Become friend with the brother or become brother?
The challenge is to become friends with your brothers.
Okay. Is that any difference?
Yeah.
Between becoming friends and becoming brother?
Becoming friends depends on what you like together.
Okay.
Becoming brother is what you like doesn't matter. I accept you no matter how you are, different than I am.
Different than I am.
You're my brother.
Thank you.
But if you're my friend, and I accept you because you're my friend, well then Brother Engel might be over there. I won't accept him because he's not my friend. That's you to begin to separate the community into groups of friends. Saint Teresa herself talks about this in the Way of Perfection, about chapter 4, where she talks about friendship. And she, in a big community, there can be lots of groups.
Yeah.
But we live in small communities.
Small community.
We can't have groups. You know.
Okay.
So, brothers.
Brothers. The last. And you have to answer this louder. Okay. Before you became a priest, or even after you became a priest, do you have a girlfriend?